Are you trying to sell your home for sale by owner? Here are my top tips to help you be successful in marketing your home. Hey, this is Brian Castro with eXp Realty, and today we're going to be talking about the top tips for marketing your home, just like a realtor would do, at least just how I would do it. And I like to think I go a little bit above and beyond what most people do. So if you follow all this advice, you're going to be marketing your home just as good as anyone else would, at least any other realtor would. Before we start, keep in mind, it takes on average 13 showings before you will get an offer accepted in Washington, okay? So our goal is going to be to get at least 13 showings as quickly as we can. Usually it needs to be in the first week or two. If it's taken longer than that, we might be in trouble. So before we get too far into it, I want you to keep in mind the ways that buyers are currently looking at homes. Roughly 50% of buyers are looking online. Roughly 30% of buyers are using realtors. Roughly 7% are finding homes because of signs. And all the remaining percentage is going to be from open houses, print advertising, and that kind of stuff. We're not going to worry about those smaller portions because it is pretty small. If we do just these top three things, we're going to be covering the vast majority of buyers. So we're going to focus on that because this is going to be plenty of work to focus on those first three things. First, we're going to talk about signs because it's going to be the easiest part. Don't skimp on signs, okay? Get a nice big yard sign, stick it for sale right in the front yard, right where everyone can see it, bright colors. What I don't want to see any of you guys doing is putting out these little tiny dinky for sale signs that's behind a bush, okay? Drop the $100, get the big post, get the big sign. We want all the neighbors to know that you're for sale, and we want all the neighbors to see that sign from outer space, okay? Get a good sign. For my next tip, I want to talk about advertising to realtors. There's a couple ways to do it. A lot of realtors are going to call you and ask you about the home. That means they found it. That means whatever you're doing is working, right? But outside that, the only real way to advertise to realtors is going to be to either send the listing to real estate offices. Really uncommon. I've really only seen a for sale by owner do that once or twice. They feel like when they do that, they're kind of encouraging realtors to call them and solicit them. It's not necessarily true. Might not help your cause, but you know. But the best way to get word out to realtors is going to be a double-edged sword. You can always get your home on the MLS with a discount service, and that'll basically put you out there to all of the realtors. Now, this is not the best thing in the world, but it can be really good. Let's talk about that, okay? So when you put yourself on the MLS, that means you officially have a realtor representing you. Granted, it's a discount realtor. So you're gonna get some really weird dynamics in that you technically have a realtor, but they really don't do anything. You are paying someone to go on the MLS, but you're not paying them much, so they're not gonna really work. So the dynamic gets really weird. So is putting yourself on the MLS with a discount service worth it? I don't know. It will get you a lot of eyeballs. It's gonna get you a lot of attention. But if you're not offering really good commissions and it's really obvious that you're for sale by owner, is it going to get you the right attention? For that part, I don't know. But it will get you a lot more views, which is ultimately our goal, right? We want to get you as many people looking at your home as possible, so that way you get as many offers as possible and you get higher offers if possible. The next tip, which is the most important, is how to market online. Now, online is a whole monster. We're going to have all kinds of stuff to talk about here. Before we market online, though, we are really going to need to make sure we get really good pictures. Hire a professional photographer. Don't use your cell phone, please. Make it look like you're trying. It's about $200 to hire a photographer. Any realtor out there will hire one. You should do the same. It's going to be the best ROI for selling your house over any other option. Only $200. Make people see that you're kind of serious about marketing the home. Once you get the pro photos done, put those up. The next most important thing that anyone's going to want to see is going to be a property description. Write stuff here that people can't really see or can't really tell from the photos, okay? We want to talk about the hardwood floors, the majestic view of Mount St. Helens. Throw in anything in there to add feeling and connection to the home, and anything that shows off how special the home is. Not everyone is a great writer, but do your best. Try to put a little bit of emotion into it. Not a lot, right? But a little bit to make people excited about coming out and looking at the home. The third thing that people really want to see when they see online stuff, whether it's an online listing, online photos, what have you, is going to be 3D. On average, homes listed with 3D get about 15% higher offers. So it's a really, really great way to make more money on your home. Again, you're probably gonna have to drop a couple $100 to have someone come out and do it for you. But 3D is really helpful for you, and it will also cut down on those showings. On average, we're looking at about 13 showings to sale. Like I said before, when I do 3D, I usually average about 2 or 3 showings per sale. So if you're really not eager about being home all the time and showing 13 different people the home and everything involved, 3D really helps with that. The final thing that buyers really want to see on an online listing is a floor plan. If you can put up a floor plan, which a lot of the time will be included in a 3D tour, that'll also help people see the home, get a feeling for if they like it, and get better offers. Now, when you're posting online, we have a whole monster here, okay? On one hand, you want to post as many places as you can to get as many views as you can, because the more views you have, the more buyers you have, right? The problem is that not all websites are created equal. Facebook is really great, really user-friendly. You're going to get a bunch of really good views, a bunch of really good buyers from there, but that's not where the majority of people are looking for homes. So while you're going to get probably some of the highest quality people, you're not going to get a lot of people. You really want to post on Craigslist. Again, you're going to get a lot of leads, but it is better than some of the other sources, okay? Next, we're going to talk about the big listing services like Zillow, like Realtor.com, like ForSaleByOwner.com. They are very, very complicated when it comes to whether or not they are worth doing. Take Zillow, for example. When you list your home on Zillow, they're going to basically put your listing up there with the intention of selling leads to people looking to buy homes. So say someone looks at your home on Zillow and they click on the top name on there. It's most likely a realtor. They'll put your name on it. It's going to be really tiny in the very bottom. If someone clicks on the realtor, chances are that realtor is going to say, "Fantastic, you're looking at homes. Come look at something that's listed." So a lot of the time, putting your home on Zillow and using Zillow as your main directory for your buyers is actually going to lose you buyers. Granted, it gets you a lot of views, right? So whether or not it's a net positive or net negative, I don't know. Unless you're like before and you're on the MLS already. If you're on the MLS already, Zillow will probably serve you better. Same with Realtor.com. Same with all those other websites, because all of their goals is to give leads to realtors, and unless you're listed on the MLS, realtors are kind of hit or miss. Some will be happy to work with you, some really won't be. So in short, we want to get you as many eyeballs as we can. So make sure you're posting, especially online, with high quality, high intensity, high everything, right? You want to make sure that the pictures are really good, 3D is really good, it's all up on time. Don't mess around with cell phone pictures. Make sure that your sign is nice and big. Make sure that the home is easy to show. Make sure that everything in there is beautiful as best as possible, okay? Clean up any clutter, paint everything if you can, clean carpets if you can, heck, replace carpets if you can. If you have any questions, need any help doing your for sale by owner, you know what to do. Call Caster.com with eXp Realty. Talk to you soon.